Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call
John Henry's
today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we are looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at GarnerIndustries.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street, or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carryout, or schedule a catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's 12 hours of coverage of Give to Lincoln Day from Cedars at 66th and Pioneers. Donate to Cedars anytime, all day at givetolincoln.com. Gather round. This is the Ticket Water Cooler.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Boy, it is a great day to be outside. The weather is great, and we are outside. We are at Cedars. It's officially Give to Lincoln Day, a day we've been promoting, looking forward to at the Ticket, and it's finally here. We are out here at Cedars, and Cedars needs your support. So go to givetolincoln.com to make your donation anytime today. That'll last all the way until the evening. We will be out here until 6, the Ticket, as we have all our shows, our daytime shows here. I'm Jake Bachman, joined by Nick Sainert. Rico back in studio. We'll let him push the buttons while we are live out here. And it's just it's for a great cause. Couldn't be in any better cause. Cedars is helping, giving back to kids in need in your community. So it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. It gets a little bit better when you get a Dr. Pepper, I'll have to say. So thank you, Sorensen. Yeah, Sorensen out there doing good work as well. Cedars relies on gifts from friends like you to help them in their mission to help kids find safety and stability and a safe place to call home. To help them help more kids, once again, go to givetolincoln.com to make your donation. Tonight, and every night, there are 300 kids staying safely in Cedars Cares, but there are hundreds more that are left needing a safe place to spend the night. Once again, Give to Lincoln Day is today. It is a great opportunity. And, it's one of those things, I know AD said it earlier, the donations that you can give, it's great if you can give, large donations. We've had a lot of those. But even small amounts of, if you don't have a whole lot to spare, but, you just kind of feel like you want to help out. Absolutely. Anything can help. And we are seeing a great donation. We're getting a lot of support out here. People driving by, honking. We will acknowledge you if you.
Oh, absolutely. We are all for the honking. We got great volunteers out there as well, just kind of waving pom-poms, getting folks to honk and notice Cedars here. 6601 Pioneers Boulevard is where we're at today. It looks like the food just came out, so it's about to be an even better day. A lot of really excited and happy people. It's a great group to be around. And one thing I want to say, as you mentioned, Bach, the monetary donations, any size, is obviously extremely appreciated. But also, when we think of donations, everybody automatically resorts to the money side and the monetary side. It's also time and just advice and what you can pass on to the kids. As once again, there was a statistic that we continue to read on air the last couple of days where it said 300 kids are homeless in Lincoln, and hundreds more deal with homelessness. It's just in our city, right? And so, although Lincoln is so spectacular, there's still work to do. And so, if you can't provide a monetary donation, there's times, there's volunteering that you can provide. Just to make it an all about better place.
Yeah.
So
we will learn more about Cedars throughout the day, throughout this show. In about 20 minutes, or maybe about 10 minutes, we'll get a little bit more into that as well. Did want to, we're still sports talk show, so we'll talk a little bit of sports with you with the latest of Husker news and just kind of college football news. All of this kind of getting together with tickets and time slots.
Yeah.
Of course, Rico gave the update there at the end of the captain. The Colorado Buffaloes website has crashed.
Well,
because of the demand.
The cheapest ticket was $315. $315 for a ticket to a Nebraska-Colorado game. Now that's hype around, I suppose, Deion Sanders. That's hype around Matt Rule. If there is some,
it's Nebraska. It's protecting.
It's also Nebraska,
protecting Nebraska, not
right?
coming and taking over the stadium.
Bingo. But as Nebraska fans have shown once again, they're just unmatched. I don't know, Buck. There's a dog walking around. The most well-behaved pooch I have ever met in my entire life. Just going around sniffing, mind his own business. DP and I tried to get him some water. He respectfully declined. He's wearing a Cedars shirt himself. It's just a really, really well-behaved dog and makes the day just 1,000 times better. Just stroll up here, not running away, just kind of just leisurely walking throughout the porch here at Cedars.
You seem like a dog guy, or would you be interested in getting a dog?
So I used to not be a dog guy.
Really?
I'll say that. I grew up allergic, as like a lot of people did, allergic to dogs and cats. I've just either muscled through it or just outgrown the allergic part to dogs, and so now I've started to slowly come around. I don't know if I want one, but it's nice to pet one every now and then.
Maybe
and
start
then
with
it's like, all right, maybe I can. I was one of those dudes in my freshman year dorm room 4 whole years ago that I was like, I'm going to get a fish. And so I got a couple fish. Ended up, I didn't realize that they'd eat each other. One of them, I paired them wrong. It was this whole debacle up in Sandoz, the dorm. So,
that's pretty much what happened with my fishing attempt as well. So you got to be careful when you get fish.
I guess I don't know. Angelfish grew. I had this angelfish. It grew up to huge, but it obviously just grew to the size of the bowl. So it is what it is. But no, back to the moral of the story. Absolutely perfect day. There's barely any wind, if any at all. It's sunny. There's not a cloud in the sky. And it's just a beautiful day to give to Lincoln as it is Give to Lincoln Day.
Yeah, and like you said, just opening the chip bags. I know they got the grill going.
Oh, yeah.
So the food is about to be here. I did want to say this, too. Interesting as it's something that's kind of bothered me over the years that Nebraska, especially when Sean Eichhorst was thinking about moving Nebraska off of Black Friday. It's a tradition I like. Going back to the Thanksgiving games with Oklahoma, Nebraska used to have that spotlight on them. And year after year after year, Nebraska, these Iowa games moving to the BTN. It's just not what it used to be. And it continues to be overshadowed. And now a little bit overshadowed once again by the Big Ten itself, who is moving Penn State and Michigan State.
Oh, that's Billy Bush.
Oh, Bill
Shout out
Bush
to Bill Bush.
Driving by. So Penn State and Michigan State moving to the Black Friday. Not only that, now they're going to play at Ford Field in Detroit. Your team. Yep. What do you have? Yeah.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to that.
But so it's going to be NBC primetime. So it's not only the NFL and some of these other college games that are overshadowing Nebraska on Black Friday. It's now within the Big Ten itself. And for what it's worth, this was part of the horse trading, as it's kind of been called, with NBC and the Big Ten. These contracts, you thought they would be, kind of better found out, but now there's certain teams like Penn State that don't want to play home games under the lights in November. So Michigan State, this is part of the concession. Now they're moving it to a dome, obviously, in an NFL stadium.
Which, and that's, now I will say it's good for the Big Ten that they found a solution, because for the conference and from an outside looking in perspective, not having the Big Ten play in the home stretch of the season at night in prime time, when you just signed a new TV deal with NBC, and that was a big thing, CBS, and then obviously your minority owner in Fox, right? Who owns 49%. You sit there and it would not have been good if 3 of the most prominent Big Ten teams in Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State all together declined to play in primetime games in the home stretch of the season, when there could be divisional races. Obviously, like the game between Ohio State and Michigan is always at 11 a.m. on that Friday, but otherwise Penn State and those other 2 teams, you need them from a conference perspective to show up when the lights are on, and so it's a night game, which is helpful.
Well, and Trev Alberts said, a few days ago too, that he would, Nebraska's ready for it. I mean, they won primetime games, so they'll do it. And speaking on behalf of the fan base, It might be cold. It's going to be a night, but a night game at Memorial Stadium might have to wear an extra layer.
Yeah.
But that will be a lot of fun if Nebraska does end up picking up the slack for some of the Big Ten.
That's how Nebraska got a lot of their brand as well, right? Throughout the more recent years. Obviously, back when there was only 1 or 2 games on every single Saturday, Nebraska was in that slot, whether it was Nebraska versus Oklahoma, and that was usually a daytime game on ABC. But I mean, you think about just basically when I was growing up in the early 2000s, and then as we approached the 2010s, that at 7 p.m. kickoff on ABC was always the ESPN or ABC one, the college game day game, or one of the top games of the week. And that's how a lot of people continue when Nebraska wasn't necessarily winning as many games to still stay in, the light and in the conversation to an extent. I do want to point out one thing with Cedars, as we talked about with donations. If you decide to write a check, make sure you make it out to the Lincoln Community Foundation. It will still come to Cedars specifically, but make sure if you choose to write a check, it's to the Lincoln Community Foundation, not Cedars. So that's a very important part. Obviously, cash, all that stuff is extremely appreciated. But if you do decide to have the method be a check, make sure you write it out to the Lincoln Community Foundation.
Also, should be noted, one thing, there's a lot bigger crowd here for some reason the last 15 minutes.
Exactly.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because the food has probably been brought up.
Folks started walking outside. Folks started making their way out here. Once again, it's a beautiful day. And I see Jake Sorensen. Look at that. One of the first people in line.
There
Jake
you go.
Sorensen puts the lid on the crock pot. He's ready to eat some grub.
I don't think you said one of the first. I think he is the first.
He is the first.
But one more thing about coming out here, if you join us and make a donation, we got ticket T-shirts for you.
Absolutely.
Also, somebody right now signing up for a chance to win a Will Shields signed jersey. One of the best, obviously, to lace them up for the Huskers. One of the best of all time to lace it up in the NFL for any team on the offensive line, but certainly for the Chiefs. So that will be a big giveaway. We do that at 6 o'clock. We're live at Cedars. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back out here. It is Give to Lincoln Day. Make your way on down to Cedars. We're at Pioneers, 66th and Pioneers, and we'll be back after this break.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's 12 hours of coverage of Give to Lincoln Day from Cedars at 66th and Pioneers. Donate to Cedars anytime, all day at GiveToLincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and we are celebrating a record sales month in April, and we're going to let it roll and crank up in the month of May. We have some big discounts and special interest rates going on this month on selected new in-stock Sierras and Silverados. Buy a new Silverado or Sierra, get $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. You heard right, $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. We have outstanding specials on all of our new and pre-owned GM certified units. So stop on in and see us or check us out online at copplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. New discount, must trade in and finance with the roof credit.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at GarnerIndustries.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, Their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
This is former Husker Kenny Wilhite. Some kids worry about basic math, others worry about basic needs. In Lincoln, 132 kids are receiving intensive support from Cedars Street Outreach Team. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day on May 24th, your gift goes even further. Go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars to support Lincoln kids. That's givetolincoln.com, helping kids through Cedars.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's 12 hours of coverage of Give to Lincoln Day from Cedars at 66th and Pioneers. Donate to Cedars anytime, all day at givetolincoln.com. Back to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back and we are live at 66 and Pioneers today, all day until 6 o'clock here on 93.7 The Ticket, as we are at Cedars. Once again, at 66th and Pioneers. It is Give to Lincoln Day, and Cedars is a great organization that we're partnering with for today. Tell you a little bit about it. Tonight and every night, there are 300 kids staying safely in Cedars care. Hundreds more are left needing a safe place to spend the night. To them, Give to Lincoln Day is more than just a local day of giving. It's an opportunity for warm meals and clean clothing. It's a possibility of leaving the streets forever. It's a chance to finally live in a home that feels safe. That is what Cedars is all about. And we are going to tell you a little bit more about it. We are pleased to be joined by Allison, a program director here at Cedars. So we'll start with that and just kind of let us know what does that mean, program director at Cedars?
Yeah, so I'm in charge of our emergency shelters. So at any point in time, there are kids where there is no other safe place for them to stay. And so we create that safe opportunity for them to have a place to sleep at night. But our job is to not just make sure kids have a safe place to sleep, but they actually have a place where they get a chance to be a kid, because that's what all kids deserve.
Allison, this is going to be a broad question, but I guess, why did you choose to become involved in Cedars?
Oh, I love Cedars. The mission and just the value of our job is to show up and meet the needs of kids. So our job isn't to, do a certain thing or a program, but our job is to custom tailor programs to what kids and what our community needs. And so that value to me and the innovation at Cedars about what we're going to do and creating new programs, that was a perfect fit. So I love being a part of Cedars.
I guess just overall, talk about how awesome today has been, because like obviously the crowd outdoors has gotten a little bit larger. The food is out, people are enjoying, just having a good time. Every day around Cedars, what you guys are doing, you talked about the mission. It's an exciting, it's a fulfilling type of work that you guys do. But today it's a little bit over the or extra. I feel like I feel it as I pulled up, like as I started walking up here. You have young people that are a part of your program coming up to you, talking to you guys, hugging you guys. I mean, it is just what a special day.
It's awesome. Did you notice that the energy really peaked when our teenagers came out?
Yes.
I'm a little biased, but those are my kids. And when they came out, the energy really peaked. So it's been really fun. It's really cool. One of the things that we know about kids who experience or families that experience trauma is it can feel so isolating. And so for these kids and these families and our staff to come out and see people really show up and the community really show up for kids, it makes us feel like we're in this together. The whole community is showing up. It's not just us by ourselves, which is awesome.
Yeah, and you talk about, kind of your kids and running the shelter. How long do the kids kind of stay with you, would be in your group?
Yeah, so our goal is to make sure that we get kids to a more stable placement as quick as possible. So we really are shooting for a 21 days or less.
Nice.
That we always accommodate kids, right? Our job is to meet individual needs of kids. So it depends on what their needs are, but we're trying to get them to a more stable placement as soon as possible.
Yeah, and you also mentioned, I heard it off air, talking about some stories. What are those stories? What did you go out on a trip, or what did the stories come in from?
Oh man. Well, when you work with teenagers, the stories never end.
Yeah.
So we got a young man just was behind me. He goes, make sure you tell him I graduated. So he just graduated. He finished his last class, turned in his last assignment. So he's graduating. Hopefully he's not listening. He's getting food right now. We got a secret graduation party we're going to throw for him tomorrow.
Okay. That's awesome.
A couple of weeks ago, some of our kids, when they come and maybe they're from across the state and they didn't get a chance to go to their home prom. So a couple of weeks ago, we had one of our staff who's a professional DJ come in and we threw a prom here. So our job, this will never be home specifically for kids, but we want this to be as close to home as possible. So our job is to create those opportunities where kids just get to be kids.
You mentioned off air, you and I were talking about that when some kids are in your program or, with you, you don't want them to think back in 10 years, that was my home. You don't want that mentality. Obviously, maybe when you first get involved with them, it's not really on the high point of their life. It's definitely in the the shallow areas. And so, how difficult has that been for you? I'm sure every single situation is different and is unique. Which I say unique because it can be a good thing as well.
Yeah.
But how difficult has it been for you to kind of navigate and adjust from situation to situation every single time?
I think that's one of the unique challenges. But kids deserve adults who are going to show up for them, and communities are going to show up for them and figure out what is it that you need, and then how do we respond to that need. So it is really challenging as you get to know a kid, but our job from the minute we get to see them is we need to build a relationship with them, because we can do really hard things when we have people that are around us that really care. So our whole mission is just we need to come together, and that's why I love Give to Lincoln Day, is because we're not just seeing that within the walls of Cedars, but we're seeing the whole community come together, and it's phenomenal. That's where trauma gets healed, is in the context of those relationships.
How long have you been involved with Cedars?
Oh man. So I was a therapist here for several years. Realized that I really valued the mission of Cedars, that innovation. We want to create new programs that respond to those community needs, and realized that was sort of my passion. So went back to school and ended up coming back here for about a year and a half now as a program director.
So I mean, even just in the year and a half, on how quick this world just continues to evolve, especially in school, right? Because school is a daunting and can be a terrifying place for a lot of people, especially if they're vulnerable, right? And if they've had a tough past, it can be more difficult for them to even open up to somebody that they barely know. And so as you've been here, how much have you seen the way you have to develop those relationships have to change, right? Because I'm sure you've learned new productive and positive ways to engage in a relationship for the first time, and that's different than what you found success in a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it is. It's all about adapting and figuring out what are kids interested in, what do you care about, what do you need, especially when we think about meeting those basic needs for kids, because once you have a safe place to stay and some food, that's where you really get to start okay, then now what's next? Now let's focus on school. Now let's focus on making choices that are going to, impact the rest of your life. So it's always evolving and always changing. And that's what I think our team thrives in, is figuring out what do you need, what are you interested in, and how do we build a relationship from here?
Well, it's interesting too, because you mentioned it not necessarily feeling like a home, but I'm sure that people, as kids go through the program, and how often do they kind of keep in contact? And I'm sure they're very thankful.
They are. I mean, we really get attached to these kids, and they get attached to us. So we actually had 3 kids just randomly, for no reason, stop by this week and just say, hey, here's what I'm doing. I want to call you. We just had a call this morning from a girl that said, hey, I just want you to know I'm graduating. If you want to come to my graduation, here's the time and date. We had 3 kids stop by with flowers for our staff on Mother's Day, saying, hey, you filled a role in my life that we needed. And so we always are so grateful and excited to know, because we're a huge part of their story, and then they get to spread their wings and fly. So it's really cool.
So once again, it is officially Give to Lincoln Day, and Cedars needs your support. So make sure you go to givetolincoln.com to make your donation anytime today. It's been an exceptional morning. We can't thank the city of Lincoln enough for what you guys are doing, and everybody here that's within an earshot of what we're saying has been phenomenal so far today. Still got a lot of time left, though, in a lot of sunlight and a lot of moonlight, if you will, as we go until midnight. It's givetolincoln.com if you can't make it out here. Once again, if you want to pay or write a check to Cedars, make sure you address it to the Lincoln Community Foundation. That's a very important part if you choose to write a check for your donation.
I just want to give a shout out. We just got another donation here. Stephen Evans donating $300. So thank you.
Shout out to Stephen Evans. Nice job.
Helping the cause that we're all here for, and it's been incredible.
So once again, we're with Allison, the program director here at Cedars. And last one before we go ahead and let you go, how do folks get involved? We talk about the monetary side of it, but volunteering is also a much needed area for Cedars. How can people get involved if maybe they can't afford to donate money?
Absolutely. So it goes back to those relationships. Those relationships are critical for kids, for people, for families. It really does take a village to help support kids and families. So give us a call at Cedars. There's plenty of opportunities. So if you have a passion, if you have a hobby, if you have a skill that you want to share with kids, our kids want and need those experiences. So give us a call at Cedars anytime, and we'd love to get you connected in a way that is really meaningful and impactful for you and also for our kids.
That's awesome. It takes a village to help kids. That's sweet. That's probably the coolest thing I'll probably hear all day.
Great stuff. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
Allison. We'll take a quick break here. We're going to continue to be live out here at Cedars once again. If you want to come on down here, make a donation, honk the horn. If you do make a donation, we have ticket T-shirts. Also, we have a drawing for a Will Shields signed Kansas City Chiefs jerseys. I know there's a lot of Chiefs fans out there, a lot of Husker fans. That is quite a cool jersey. We'll give that one away at 6. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back live from Cedars here on Give to Lincoln Day on 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's 12 hours of coverage of Give to Lincoln Day from Cedars at 66th and Pioneers. Donate to Cedars anytime, all day at givetolincoln.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and we are celebrating a record sales month in April, and we're going to let it roll and crank up in the month of May. We have some big discounts and special interest rates going on this month on selected new in-stock Sierras and Silverados. Buy a new Silverado or Sierra, get $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. You heard right, $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. We have outstanding specials on all of our new and pre-owned GM certified units. So stop on in and see us or check us out online at copplecars.com. You'll You'll be glad you did. New discount must trade in and finance with the roof credit.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at GarnerIndustries.com.
This is former Husker and NFL veteran Jay Foreman. Some kids worry about making the team. Others worry about where they'll sleep at night. In Lincoln, over 3,000 kids are at risk of homelessness. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day on Wednesday, May 24th, your gift goes even further. Go to givelincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's 12 hours of coverage of Give to Lincoln Day from Cedars at 66th and Pioneers. Donate to Cedars anytime, all day at givetolincoln.com. Back to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live out here at Cedars at 66 and Pioneers. Come on down. Kids need you today. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids who have nowhere else to turn. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. Donate at givetolincoln.com. Or as I mentioned, head on down to Cedars. We're out here at 66th and Pioneers until 6 o'clock. And Nick, we've got a challenge coming out of maybe one of our listeners.
Yeah, so we have been notified. So shout out to James Berger. He has donated $20 to Cedars, but now he wants to challenge all the other fathers out there. So if you are a father listening, you have been officially challenged by a listener of the station, James Berger. So shout out to James, first of all, for donating. But now James wants to challenge the rest of you. If you are a father listening to this station right now and you are able and willing to donate to Cedars, do so. Give him a call. Come on by. 6601 Pioneers Boulevard is the place to be. It's either cash, time, or if you decide to write out a check, make sure you make it payable to the Lincoln Community Foundation instead of Cedars. Lincoln Community Foundation is where you need to make the check payable to, and you've officially been challenged by James Berger. So shout out to James for his donation, and shout out to everybody else who's played a really big part in making Lincoln even better.
Yeah, this has been a great day, and I can't say it enough. Nothing really better. I mean, there's a lot of great causes out there, but what's better than to helping kids in your local community? That's what Cedars is all about. And if you do come down here, if you take that challenge, once again, if you make a donation, we got ticket shirts. We've got a Will Shield signed jersey that we're going to give away at 6:00 tonight. So you can sign up for that. There's a dog, Odin. There's no reason not to come and pet Odin. He's a great dog. So lots going on out here. Before we take a break, I did want to mention too a couple of college football notes as I like to from time to time. Texas A&M has scheduled their Maroon out. Of course, a lot of teams do that. One problem: they scheduled it for the Mississippi State game.
So
Maroon
it's
out.
same exact colors as Mississippi State.
Who is coordinating that? Who? What?
Hey, yes, come on by. Honk your horn.
Yeah,
Make sure you
honk your horn. We will acknowledge
we'll call it out.
Absolutely.
So a white RAV4. If you're listening, you just honked your horn.
Nice eye out there, Nick. But yeah, so Texas A&M
Maroon out.
They've got some work to do against that because it doesn't make any sense. Mississippi State going to be there. One other note that I think is interesting and partially relating to Nebraska, because I wonder if they will do this, again in the future. Of course, went to Dublin, Ireland last year. Northwestern didn't end up winning that game, but still kind of showed the strong support over there for Nebraska and their traveling fan base. Well, of course, Notre Dame's been playing in Dublin before. They're doing it once again. They're going to open the season week 0 against Navy, and they've sold out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Let's just hope the machines don't go down again this year.
That's right. And there was like free beer for people, right?
Yeah. I remember Jake was the one that tweeted it out about how there was just everything was free beer.
Yeah.
And in Ireland, it was, as if you needed any more reason to go to Ireland. There you go.
That's right. But it's just kind of interesting because over 39,000 United States people are going to travel.
Wow.
Now, obviously, naturally, in Dublin, in Ireland, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, have a little bit more of a pull there. So, again, I think it will be continual. I mean, that's probably their college football team. I thought it was kind of interesting hearing stories about people just walking on the street, not really understanding or knowing much about Nebraska or Northwestern, but the fans started to like Nebraska, or for as much as you would overseas, because of how nice the fan base was and because of how many people showed up. Obviously, compared to the Northwestern crowd, I'm fascinated by that, and to see if Nebraska will ever do it again. I wonder what a lot of people think, because the week 0 thing hasn't worked out for Nebraska all that well. I think it's great for publicity. I wouldn't say it's week 0's fault. I would say maybe it's perhaps that you had your worst 5-year stretch at Nebraska. So I wouldn't necessarily blame it on that. But I do wonder, in Trev Alberts, again, talking about Black Friday, mentioned that they will do anything they can to get in prime time, and they're always willing to do that. So I wouldn't say that it would necessarily turn it off just because they lost those week 0 games, because they lost that Dublin game, that we might not see that here in the next 10 years or so again.
Well, how do you feel about, I guess, going overseas for a college football game? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I think it's cool. I mean, I think it was
because
unique.
people, the reason I ask is people are having issues with NFL going overseas, right? And it's why would you make teams travel so far for a game, especially if it's a Jaguars and Browns game, if you will.
Yeah. I think that for college football, it's good to kind of increase the brand. They're doing it often in those week 0 games. In fact, that's part of the rule. I think I can't remember what it is exactly, but part of it is that you if you're playing a conference game, obviously it has to be overseas, which Nebraska did with Northwestern in week 0. So I think it's good. I think it's good for Nebraska fans. I think a lot of people had fun with it. It creates memory. Of course, they played in Japan back in 1992 against Kansas State. As long as it doesn't take away a home game, obviously for Nebraska, that's always their kind of thought about it. But I think it's cool, and I look forward to Notre Dame and Navy in Dublin.
Do you know, have they, this Aer Lingus, right, which is the same sponsor as it was for Nebraska Northwestern, have they announced in 2 years the matchup?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That would be 2024.
Yeah,
2024 Aer Lingus.
Yeah, see if they have announced that yet.
I don't know if they have.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they have. Georgia Tech and Florida State.
Okay, yeah, see, mixing it up a little bit.
So I suppose so, mixing it up a little bit.
Are those
you go to
traveling fan bases? I mean,
Well, is
enough
Northwestern?
to go over there. No, but you usually need one. Is Florida State enough of a draw? Like Notre Dame's the draw, Nebraska's
That's true.
the
That's
draw.
true. Well, Florida State now. What's interesting about Florida State is Mike Norvell was on one of the hottest seats in America after he loses. Oops, I just dropped something. After he loses Travis Hunter to Jackson State and Deion Sanders,
And just not doing well.
and
for
just
so
not
many
doing
years.
well. But then last year they have a pretty good turnaround year, and now he's like Florida State's doing like they're fine, like they're happy with Mike Norvell. They're or I should say maybe not happy. They're sufficed with Mike Norvell, and they're saying, you know what, maybe we'll be okay here. So that's interesting. I don't know if Florida State's a traveling fan base though. I would ask. So is it a lot of midshipmen going to be coming to Ireland this year? Is that going to be the
Is that part
traveling
of
fan base for Navy?
Maybe. I think naturally when you have the Fighting Irish, the
suppose so.
people might be interested in that.
I suppose.
I think that's the big draw. But Florida State, for what it's worth, Jordan Travis supposed to be, the next big quarterback for this upcoming year. We had a great year last year. I will say this: there's always top 10 teams that don't end up being top 10 teams.
Texas A&M.
Florida State kind of feels like this year is kind of off season. Everybody falls in love with them. They've had a great transfer recruiting class, but I just gonna be honest, I still don't believe in Mike Norvell. So.
Well, Texas A&M is a perfect example, right? You pay Jimbo all that money, and they have great recruiting, or I should say, good recruiting classes, and it still doesn't pay dividends and wins. So, it's just been an interesting couple of years.
That'll wrap it up for the Ticket Water Cooler. Once again, we're live out at Cedars here at 66th and Pioneers. Quick plug on what's coming up on Happy Hour.
We're going to be joined by Miss Nebraska.
There you
So
go.
we will have Miss Nebraska on at 1 p.m. right to kick off the show, and then just tell you more and more about an exceptional day we're having at Cedars, 6601 Pioneers Boulevard.
All right, that'll wrap it up for the Ticket Water Cooler. Couldn't quite hear if the music was going there, but that'll wrap it up. Come on out to Cedars. It's Gift and Lincoln Day. Do something great for the kids. We'll be right back after these messages.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's 12 hours of coverage of Give to Lincoln Day from Cedars at 66th and Pioneers. Donate to Cedars anytime, all day at givetolincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we are celebrating a record sales month in April, and we're going to let it roll and crank up in the month of May. We have some big discounts and special interest rates going on this month on selected new in-stock Sierras and Silverados. Buy a new Silverado or Sierra, get $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. You heard right, $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. We have outstanding specials on all of our new and pre-owned GM certified units. So stop on in and see us or check us out online at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did. New discount must trade in and finance with the roof credit.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers